All right, so here we are coming in for my December 29 tag. This theme is clouds. This is prompt number 9, clouds. And I love clouds. I love anything celestial, space, universe, planets, stars, solar systems, everything, comets and otherworldly beings. So I chose to take this one really, 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 really literal and straight up make some clouds. That whole sort of continuity idea that is really important to me, I chose to really make that apparent in this one. And so I made a cloud out of that brown bag that I've used so far in some of my pieces. And then going back to the washi tape and the very like heavy black and white graphics, I put down some washi tape on a scrap of that bag. And I also cut that into a cloud shape. And then just because these elements, and I think I've said it before, but I just want to say it again, at the Ugly Art Club, all we care about is that you make more art, that you just show up and make. So I didn't want this element to be a diamond shape, so I just cut another little cloud out of it, and I kept the fact that it says 9 in clouds, and it works really well. It works really, really, really well with my piece. And we don't have to change the world. It's 5 minutes of art. It's 5 minutes of art. Believe me, no matter what happens, just showing up for yourself and for your art space is going to make your art practice is going to make a big enough difference. So the founders of the Ugly Art Club like to use the hashtag ugly art is still art because plain and simple, it doesn't matter. You're always going to improve as long as you're making more stuff. And even if your end goal isn't to improve, but it's just to make more art, well, you have to make the art to make the art, right? So as far as 5 minutes takes me, I decided to stick really closely to the clouds, to the theme, and I don't add a whole bunch of stuff to this tag. So I'm finding that when I try to put too much stuff on my pieces in 5 minutes, they end up quite a bit sloppier than if I sort of stick to the stuff I'm good at or the stuff that I really know. Like in this case, it's a few pieces, a few layers, it's some black and white marks, and then I call it good. Like it's one of my favorite tags out of all 14 for sure. I mean, that being said, this is number 9. So I guess out of 9, because I don't know what the next 5 are going to look like. But I love this one. I really love the end result. And I loved making it too. So I put down my clouds. I glued them down with Fabri-Tac. And then I came back and I used my micron to put some dots around them. So in the cloud shape, sometimes it went all the way around the cloud. Sometimes it overlapped an area of the cloud. I was trying to be whimsical and sort of open with it. As you can see, like I'm trying to sort of get that same feeling when I put these lines in. So after I had the clouds and their dotty patterns down, I really loved how the tag was looking, and I didn't want to add a bunch more stuff. Like at this point, I'm sort of, after the bright tag, I'm like, like quit trying to add so much stuff. You only have 5 minutes. So I'm sort of reminding myself here at this point. Everything I say out loud, I'm saying to you, but I'm also saying it to myself. Like I need to remind myself, it is only 5 minutes. Stop trying to change the world in 5 minutes. So in this case, I dialed back to my roots, back to the things I really love. And I love filling in big, big open spaces with like scritchy, scratchy, handmade marks. In this case, I'm doing some really, really thin pinstripey lines that are by no means perfect. They're very haphazard. They cross over sometimes. They're too close together. They're too far apart. They're not equally spaced. And I love them. I love making these types of lines. Sometimes I make them on pieces of chipboard. Sometimes I fill in empty spaces. Sometimes I cover a whole page with them. I really love it. And I think that they have a lot to say for themselves. So here's my finished tag. And I really love it. I really, really love it. I think it's going to be a great addition to my book. And since I'm here, just because these tags are, quote, finished right now, doesn't mean they have to stay this finished. They can be whatever I want them to be in the end after I bind it together. It'll be interesting to see if I come back in and add some things. So here are some close-up shots. You can see what I'm talking about. And here are the details on the 5-minute challenge. We invite you to join us. It doesn't have to be now. You can do the 5 minutes anytime. but make sure you sign up now to get the free elements, because that classroom in Teachable will close. Get it in the in the description box. I'll see you guys.